Give me that sweet elixir. Speaking of sweet elixirs. No. Okay. All right, let's get right into it. Oh, by the way, my God almighty. I talked about the music in Metal Black, and my God. It was like, I apologize. To me, it's not a good soundtrack. Sorry. My God. I had a guy say to me, do you know that that's Tadin Fatu? I forgot what the guy's name was. And I'm like, yeah, I really don't care. I don't care who made it. It's not good. It's not a good soundtrack. Listen, I'm the biggest Led Zeppelin fan in the world. When I heard In Through the Outdoor, I was like, I almost cried. It's not a good album. My God, especially what was the first song on In Through the Outdoor? Oh my! And Jimmy Page comes in. You could tell they started to really heavily dub things. And this was Jimmy Page must have been just a wreck of a man by this point on heroin. And what was the name? Oh, I need you so. Oh my God. It was like a drudging. It felt like he was playing a cinder block. He just couldn't get on top of it. It was like a boat that couldn't get on plane. And then he broke out into the guitar solo. It didn't even break out in it. You could tell it was just dubbed in. And the guitar solo comes in. It's... Oh my God, it was devastating, especially coming in after Presence. You know something? I'll pay tribute to Metal Black. Okay, because the third level Dreamland, I'll play the song and we'll do a slow pull-out of the toolbox. Because that is an excellent song, and it's been burnt into my mind for the last week. Yeah. It's a good song. Roll it. Alright, shut it off. Here we go. I got some packages here. This is very exciting. This is going to be a very exciting show. We got some packages that showed up from Japan. I was like, who's it? What is this? I have no idea what the hell's going on here. So let's discover it together. I like that. I got my blade here because Bithead 1000 doesn't waste anybody's time. Here we go. I mean, it's from Japan. Airmail here. Huh. Thank you wholeheartedly. We made a shuriken in origami. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. What is this? Oh my God, look at this. I don't know who sent it. I don't know who sent this. From Yoshiyuki Takuchi. Wow, I don't. It's a copy of Dragon Quest on the Famicom, and I don't know who sent this. But wow, you want to talk about a phenomenon in Japan? The Dragon Quest series? I've said this before, but I'll say it again because it's topical. I love the Japanese. The fact that when these Dragon Quest games were released, that people did mass calling in sick to work. That's fantastic to me. I think it's one of the few things that I'm good at, laying on the couch and calling in sick to work. I love calling in sick. Oh my God, it's an American tradition. I love these guys that never call in sick. You'll meet them. Yeah, sure. I'm like, what, you never watched the Flintstones, dude? That was the best. Fred and Barney, they used to call in sick. They'd call Mr. Slate, tell him they're sick, go down to the ball game or go bowling. Oh my God. And smoke Winston's. Winston's taste good like a cigarette should.
America's best-selling, best-tasting filter cigarette.
Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
All right, but look at this. This is what I love about when you buy stuff from Japan. Not only do you get immaculate games, even though this one's not very immaculate, they send you an origami shuriken. I love it. I love it. When you buy games from America, your instruction manual looks like a fucking origami shuriken by the time you get it. Wow, look at that. Isn't that nice? Somebody sat there. I always imagine like the clerk in like the Japanese gaming store just sitting there doing origami, you know, to pass the time of the day. Is that what's going on over there? Look at that. Isn't that nice? Oh, I love when they send you little pieces of candy. They'll send you green tea. It's a great experience ordering games from Japan. And it really is. It really is. Look at that. I'm going to put that somewhere. I'm touched. I really am. All right. Here we go. Another one from Japan. Okay. Here we go. Dear Jesse, aka Bithead, I hope you dig this one. Here's my question. Please give me your take on it. Would you rather have the biggest video collection known to the universe, but you have never become a father? What kind of question is this, dude? Or would you prefer to have no video games at all and be a father? Greetings from Austria, Europe, Hans. And I guarantee you Hans is like the best looking guy alive, right? What's with these Austrians? Huh? They're like the best looking people you've ever seen in your life. Every single one of them looks like a propaganda poster. Like Ivan Drago. And I remember my friend VS, my friend, my Polish friend VS. I remember seeing his like, I don't know if it was his papers for, you know, coming into the country, green card, old passport photo or something like that. And I remember it was a Polish passport or something, and the picture was taken, and he was like, his head was tilted to the side. There was like mountains in the background. His chest was up. It was like. It looked like it looked like Ivan Drago. It was such a beautiful picture. I was like, yes, you look like a dictator. Oh my god. Yeah. Come on, man. This is silly. What are you gonna say? I'd rather have the big video game collection. No. Of course I'd rather be a father. What's the matter with you? Alright, what do we got here? This is a very nice packing job you did here, my friend. Whoa, what do we have here? I'm so inadequate when it comes to modern video games. I really am. I'm looking at this and I'm like, wow, looks fantastic, but I don't know what it is. Here we go. Help me out, guys. Oh, yeah. I think we're looking at a bullet hell shooter right here. Oh, look at this. Kato Kawa Games Ltd. Look at this. It's got to be some type of bullet hell shooter. Wow, what a wonderful thing. Look at the artwork on there. Look at the artwork. Absolutely incredible. Wow, Hans. And that name, Hans. That's the best. Jesus Christ. Awesome. Wow, I can't wait to play this. Today. I'm going to do it today. Thank you, Hans. Super generous. I really appreciate it, bro. Wait a second here. Oh, yeah. Oh, we'll dig right into that. Always excited to see PS4 shooters. It's great. PS4 is great. Are we done with the PS4? Is PS5 rolling in? Somebody was telling me the PS5 is about to roll out. What a sad thing and what a great thing at the same time. This is the time to start hoarding all the PS4 stuff, right? The prices start to come down. The new system comes out. Oh, yeah. This was always my time to shine. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got my TurboGrafx on the tail end. I got my Sega Saturn on the tail end. I got my Dreamcast on the tail end. I got my Jaguar on the tail end. I got my ColecoVision on the tail end. My whole history of video gaming is getting consoles just before they go out of business. You can really clean up. It's sad, and it's not sad at the same time. Oh, yeah. That's for sure. Wow, thank you, Hans. Hans in Austria, right? Arnold's hometown. Oh, yeah. Stick around, Hans. I got something for you. Here we go. This is one coming all the way from WI, Wisconsin. Mauser, Wisconsin. From a fella named Derek. I know who Derek is. I've been actually really excited about this one right here. Here we go. Sip of coffee for Austria, by the way. What is everybody 7 foot tall over there? Here we go. Oh, look at this. To Bithead 1000. With a 4K face! I got a nice little seal on here, right? What does that say? Player of the game. This is nice paper, by the way. Jesus Christ. That's nice paper. Pulpy. I hope these games can get you a few steps closer to a full NES collection. I know these games are not your wallet busters, but they are not just common games you see all the time. So from one person interested in gaming and World War II, that's right, I believe Derek is a professor or a teacher in history. Oh yeah. Here's another contribution to the greatest video game program in the history of human civilization. And I do believe that. Best of luck to you, your family, and the quest for a full collection. Take care, Derek. P.S. I own a K98 Mauser and an Enfield #1 MK4. Wow, wish I had that one. But you and I, my friend, have something in common. Oh yeah, baby. Is that not the most beautiful thing you've ever seen in your life? Right there? Look at that. The K98 Mauser. Whoo! Walnut stock. Look at how straight the grain is on this one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wow. Look at this. You're looking at this is the finest bolt action rifle ever built. And just show up on my front lawn if you want to tell me otherwise. Oh yeah. Look at this. 7.92 by 57 millimeter. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is a war machine. Guys, you have to understand something. This is a war machine. This was the basis. Hold on a second here. I mean, I've checked it a million times, but you can never be too careful, right? Okay. I don't want to hurt the firing pin. Wow. This is a war machine for many reasons, right? It's #1, the level of refinement on this gun, and amazingly made in 1939. How about that? Yeah. Oh yeah. A war machine in many ways. #1, the bullet that it fired is like, it's an enormous bullet. The 8mm Mauser fires an enormous bullet. And this bolt action is actually, this is the basis for all hunting bolt action rifles today. That's how advanced it was. And beautifully milled, beautifully manufactured. I believe this gun will shoot for the next 1,000 years. You could shoot it every day for the next 1,000 years, and you'll never have a problem with it. It's a Cadillac, man. That's what I like to call it. I remember taking this down to the gun range for the first time to check out the sights, and I put a playing card. I think it was a 2 of diamonds, down 50 yards. So that's like, let me check this thing out. And 5 rounds. It holds 5 rounds in the magazine here. And I put 5 rounds, right? I was a relatively new shooter. I mean, I've shot guns before. Put 5 rounds with iron sights right through the playing card. And I knew from that moment on, this gun would be with me for the rest of my life. Oh, it's a beauty. Isn't she a beauty? But when I say war machine, because of the bayonet, I don't have the bayonet out here. Because the idea that you were going to get into hand-to-hand combat with bayonets, stabbing guys with the end of the gun, is absolutely horrifying. Can you imagine? If it came down to that, you run out of ammo, enemy runs out of ammo, you're going to go up and you're going to start stabbing each other with the end of a gun? Oh my God, absolutely horrific. Horrific. Yeah. K90. Oh, and the other reason why, look at this. Look at the end of that gun. The butt. The end of the butt there. Are you kidding me? This metal plate right here, this wasn't for opening up cans of beans, guys. This was for opening craniums full of noodles. This is horrifying. There's no ergonomics here. This is just a brutal, if you think about it, it's a brutal, brutal war machine. Boy, but what a beauty, huh? This is authentic here. German. Here we go. It even has the German markings on it. I don't know if you can catch that. Yeah. I know everybody out there. He's a Nazi! He's a Nazi! No. It doesn't work like that. We can all appreciate fine weaponry, right? And the weapons of World War II and how important they were. How important the design of this gun was for the future of rifles as we know it. Oh yeah, numbers matching. Nice clean Mauser. Every man should own one. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh, coincidentally, number one, this 7.92 by 57 round. I should have brought one out. I don't know. I get a little spooked carrying around the ammunition around the gun in the house, so I keep it away. But the round that's fired out of this rifle here, which could basically, it's a horrifying round. It's huge, and it's the same round that they fired out of the MG42, which was known as Hitler's buzzsaw. I think at the time it was it might even to this day be the fastest firing machine gun of all time. What is it, 1,200 rounds per minute?
And most important to you, how do they sound? Well, here's their 34. Now they're 42. And here's their Schmeiser.
.1,200 rounds per minute. These huge bullets. What a frightening machine gun. I remember I watched a documentary and guys were talking about the MG42. They were walking through a field and they heard an MG42 in the distance and it sounded like somebody was ripping fabric. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And this is what these guys ran up on the beach against? We just can't understand. We just can't understand. Are you kidding me? And I get to sit here and yell inside of a shed at 3 o'clock in the morning because of what these heroes did. I'm extremely grateful for that. Yep. Okay. Oh, by the way, all the gun guys out there can type in the comments below about how I wasn't holding the gun right, how I didn't cycle the bolt right, how I didn't do this right. Get off my show! All right. While we're on the topic, okay. I figured you'd like this. I noticed in some pictures that you sent me, you had a Mosin Nagant. Here's my M44 Mosin Nagant. Oh, this is a fun gun. This is a loud gun. Yeah, it's got the, it's a Mosin Nagant. I love the Mosin Nagant. What is it, the 3190, is it? I'm not really sure. I'm not a gun guy to that extent. I used to be a lot more into it than I am now. Yeah, the Mosin Nagant. What is this? The 7.56 by 7.54 by 56 or 7.56 by 54? Rimmed cartridge. Yes. Okay. Yeah, man, this is just this is a brutal weapon right here. This really truly is. What I like about the Mosin Nagant's too long for me. This is the carbide version, the M44. The other Mosin Nagant's too long. It's like carrying around a musket. Let's face it. So they abbreviated the barrel, and 85% of the time firing this thing, it's tremendously loud with the short barrel. Oh, that's one of the great things about this gun. It's so loud. This is a head turner when you go down to the range. Oh yeah, yeah, that's for sure. But what I like about this gun is 85% of the time, when you fire this gun during the day, you get a huge muzzle flash out of the barrel. Oh yeah, she's a showstopper. She's loud. She's got muzzle flash, and she's got this bayonet. Let me tell you something, the Russian people, this bayonet was the number one. This bayonet design is, I think it's the most beautiful bayonet design of all time. It's right here, always on the gun. It's easy to operate. You just swing it up over the barrel there, and look at this. Oh my God, it's got this splined spike bayonet, which was specifically designed so that if you did stab somebody, the wound wouldn't heal. Oh, those are the Russians for you. That's ice cold, man. That's ice cold. Wow. Look at that sucker with the bayonet out. Woo, you want one of those running at you? I don't think so. Yes, beautiful gun. Beautiful gun. Yes, I'm checking the chamber, okay? I'm checking the chamber. Okay. Fine. Yes. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Look at that. I tell you what, it's part of my thing about... Listen, I'm not a hunter. I like going to the range. I like target shooting. And believe it or not, the thing I enjoy most about shooting is cleaning the guns when I get home. I really do. I really do. That was like my favorite part. I love the mechanicalness of a bolt action rifle. Or any type of rifle. It's fascinating how simple it is. And how complex it is at the same time. Yeah. And why not? Hey, listen, while we're here, and it's freezing cold, this is more of a crossover gun right here, because I think every American owns one of these. Here we go. Oh yeah, baby. SKS, right? Woo! Wee doggy! Norinco SKS, Chinese Norinco chrome barrel. Chrome lined barrel. Isn't that nice? Ooh, especially when you're cleaning. This thing cleans right up. Oh yeah. Stick a couple patches through there and she's clean as a whistle. I love this gun. This is a great little gun right here. This is the refined AK-47, isn't it though? I don't like the AK-47. No. This is the gun of scallywags. All right, this is the gun of pirates and the gun of insurgents and the gun of I don't know, of mercenaries. I'll take a lot of heat for this. I'm not an AK-47 guy. Okay, but let's face it. This is the semi-automatic AK-47. I don't like the fact that it flexes around when you shoot it. I know they're accurate. I know they can be accurate. All right, but I don't like the barrel shaking around when you shoot it. I don't like the loose tolerances. I get it. You can throw it in dirt and sand and water and it'll still fire. I don't care. I'm not looking to abuse my firearm. I understand its importance in world history, but I don't like the AK-47. That's all. This to me is a beautiful semi-automatic rifle with that. It's just a wonderfully reliable gun that always shoots perfectly. I sighted this one in myself. It was a little off when I got it, so I got it just where it's got to be. Wow, wonderful piece right here, huh? Another beautiful bayonet, by the way. Okay. Oh yeah, Jesus! Look at this thing. Looks like a chisel on the end of there. Look at that. It's a chisel. I don't know. What a wonderful. Yeah, she's a beauty. She's a beauty. Everybody had an SKS, right? Everybody. These were so cheap at one time. Now it seems like they're getting more and more expensive. And this shoots the what is it? The 7.62 by 39, the AK-47 round. What is it about this round that's so devastating? You ever see AK-47 shoot? For some reason, it's like, all right, the Mosin has a bigger round. The 8mm Mauser has a bigger round, but for some reason, that 39mm round, it's so devastating. Oh my God. God help anybody that gets shot by an AK-47. Honestly. Not fun. Not fun. That'll ruin your day. This is a nice one. I like this gun a lot. God almighty. Let me tell you something, man. They were shooting some elephant guns back in World War II, weren't they? My goodness. Which I always wondered, is it worse to get, because I mean, let's face it, the M16 moving forward was always known as a very fast round, right? Feet per second was very fast. I always wondered whether it was worse to get hit with a big round or to get hit with a smaller round that travels faster. I don't know. Because then it has like that impact shock wave in the front of it. I don't know what's going on. And this one's just for fun. Because I got the microphone set up in here and I just want to, listen. You know, shotgun for home defense, right? Everybody should own a shotgun for home defense. I mean, for this reason alone, I got this from a guy at work. He sold it to me real cheap. The only issue is it's got a little, I don't like this at all. I'm going to have to replace that. I don't like firearms with any type of, like, I don't know, like the paint's damaged here, there's some pitting on it. I don't like that. It bothers me. It just seems sloppy. It almost seems like you're carrying like a criminal's gun at that point. Right? It's like it's not well maintained. For me, it's got to be well maintained. But here's the deal with a shotgun. Here we go. Yeah. I don't know about you. Finger off the trigger, I know. Finger off the trigger. I don't know about you, but if I hear that sound, if I'm breaking into somebody's house and I hear that sound, it's like, all right, I'm going to IHOP now. Guys. It's the most iconic sound of all time. Let me check things out here. Yeah. Always want to be careful when you're holding your firearm, right? Wow, yeah, that's for sure. People aren't going to stick around when they hear that noise. Oh, yeah. Home defense, the old Mossberg 500, right? What could be better? You know, I always had plans to keep this underneath my bed. I got mixed opinions on that. I don't like that. Listen, I got news for you. I feel when you have guns around, especially loaded guns around, things happen. They just happen. They just happen. So I try to keep everything separate. I don't really keep my guns too handy. Let's just put it that way. So, you know. I remember always like explaining to my wife, you know, I keep the gun under the bed. That way if there's like a home invasion, I can just like blast the guy right through the bay window. I always had this, you know, when you watch, let me put the shotgun down. When you watch movies, I always love how the shotgun's depicted. And I wonder if it's just depicted in a way where it's exaggerated. Like you watch a movie like Bullet. Remember in Bullet when the police are watching this like mafia guy or something like that, and some hitmen come down and they bust the door open while the police are out, and the guy walks in with a shotgun, and the guy's standing up on the bed and he's like, no, no, and the guy shoots him with the shotgun and he goes flying up against the wall. It's like I always had this vision in my head, like if there was a home invasion, and I came out with my shotgun and I just like blasted the guy right through the front door. Have a nice day, you know, and he goes like flying out into the middle of the street or something. Who knows? Who knows? That was like Dawn of the Dead. Remember watching Dawn of the Dead? And the cops open the door to this one apartment, and the guy comes up and bites his wife on the neck or something, and they realize he's a zombie, the black guy. And the cop takes the shotgun and he blows his head off. I remember seeing this movie as a young boy. It's like, hey, thanks George Romeo for destroying my subconscious mind. God almighty. That was like watching Night of the Living, Return of the Living Dead. Remember when they're in the church at the end? And the zombie comes out. He's like, brains. I want to eat your brains. And I'm sitting there as a kid and I'm like, you don't know what your kids are watching, man. That stuff is disturbing when you're a kid. God almighty. All right, Derek stuff. Let's get right into it here. Okay, let's look together. What do we got here? Oh, Tato game. Here we go. Wow, yeah, I know we don't have this. Your mind is your only weapon. It's kicks. Kicks? Am I saying that right? Kicks. Yes. Kicks. What was the story with this game? This was a puzzle game? I'm not really sure how it went. Kicks. Every time I think of kicks, I think of clacks. So I know it's a puzzle game, but I don't know how it goes, right? Wow, yeah, it's true. You don't see this one too often. I haven't seen this one too often. And I know for sure we don't have it. Awesome. Wow, look at this. Ocean game. Ocean. Whenever I think about Ocean, I think of the old Commodore 64, right? Yeah, and the loading music. music and the ocean, logo across the screen. Yeah. The Untouchables. The Untouchables. I remember The Untouchables because I remember at the time when this movie came out, I think I was in like middle school. I might have been in the 6th grade. And I remember the teacher asking us if we saw The Untouchables. And at the time, I knew it was like an R-rated movie. I was thinking to myself, what is this guy, fucking whacked out of his head? He said, did you guys see The Untouchables or Howard the Duck? It's funny to see how many teachers were fucked up after school. We had a math teacher that got canned for sexual. I think he was like sexually assaulting one of the students. We had a kid in school that was banging the biology teacher. Oh yeah, he was like a soccer. I love it. I love these soccer players because listen, you want your kid to grow up fast. Have them play soccer. I don't know what goes on. All the soccer players have like hairy legs, these well-developed legs and whatnot. I said, that's what I'm going to do. My son's going to play soccer. And I remember this Italian kid, was railing the biology teacher. Everybody knew about it. I'm like, how do all the students know about it and the teachers don't know about it? The principal. We all knew it. And then he wound up marrying the teacher later on. Jesus Christ. We had a teacher get arrested for, it was actually the shop teacher, got arrested for having child pornography on his computer. And I had this guy, and he would always make these comments. Like we'd be taking apart a transmission, and he goes, putting it back together. And he's like, you gotta lube it up like Peggy, like Betty Sue on Friday afternoon, on Friday night, on prom night. Gotta lube it up like Peggy Sue. And then he put the transmission together, and he'd be shaking it. He's like, you gotta shake it like it, you gotta shake it like almost like a jerk off type of innuendo. Like the guy was always saying something like sticking the piston in, you gotta put the piston in the hole, like Peggy Sue. That guy got nailed with child porn, lost his pension, lost everything. It's like, who the fuck are teaching the youth? It's a jungle out there. It's a jungle. And if you knew his name, I'm not gonna say his name, but if you knew what his name was, it's like, you can't even write this stuff. It was ridiculous. It's like, oh, of course. And here we go. Wow. Bandai. Family Fun Fitness Athletic World. 1987, Bandai. Athletic World. What do we got? We're using the power pad for this. I remember this. Yes. To be used exclusively with the Family Fun Fitness control mat. Yeah. I remember this. Me and Todd played this. This is the game. Because I remember the hurdles. You would run on the mat. And when you got up to the hurdle, you would jump off the mat. And the guy would do this record-breaking jump. He'd be like... But you had to jump back on the mat at a certain time, or when he came down, he would like fall down. But you jump over like 9 hurdles. Oh, it was great. We cracked it. Stupid thing, that mat. Stupid thing. Even we knew it was stupid when we were kids. Come on. Wow. Sip of coffee to Derek, huh? Oh, yeah. Guys, you just tuned into the greatest video game program in the history of human civilization. And you better believe that. With a 4K face! See you next time. It's been so long since we got Nintendo games. I almost forgot. And I also have a couple Nintendo games over here that we got from Trevor and I forgot who gave us the Turtles game. Guys, let's get them in the cabinet.
Thank you.